There was a big damage caused by this drone strike. This drone strike that targeted Salim, we never imagined that Salim would be killed by American fire. Salim was against Al-Qaeda. He preached against Al-Qaeda, and only days before he was killed, he had a big Friday sermon criticizing and challenging actually Al-Qaeda, and he was challenging them even in a public debate. It was quite horrific when that incident happened, because we thought that he might be killed by Al-Qaeda fire, not by U.S. missiles.
The idea of hyper-precision airstrikes that now only kill terrorist, militant enemy fighters is an illusion. It's a false claim by our militaries, by our governments. The reality on the ground is very different. Our airstrikes, our drone strikes still kill significant numbers of civilians. How do we know that? Well, we can just look at official White House data, for example, released in mid-2016 that showed even in the CIA's campaign, by their own numbers, they were killing 1 civilian for every 7 airstrikes.
From US, unfortunately, we don't get any response. US approach to drones in Pakistan is that till 2012, they were calling it alleged drone program. So they never accepted that they're carrying out drones in Pakistan. The drones in Pakistan are conducted by CIA, which is a covert intelligence agency, and they do not give any information out. Our clients demand basically 2 things out of all litigation efforts that we're putting forth. One is accountability, that those who have killed their family members, who are innocent as well and civilians, they should be brought to justice. And secondly, redress, that it has been a huge loss to the families, and if we go by international law standards, they should be compensated, and there should be an apology.
What we really want now is to have the prosecutor office to request formally those documents and those information from the US administration. The Italian intelligence was active on the case of Mr. Lopoto. They were working effortlessly to seek his release. So we want to understand how it's possible that the Italian intelligence on the ground was not able to, pass on the information they had on the American intelligence or those responsible for the drone strikes.
So for us at ECCHR, it's really important to address gross human rights violations in the so-called global war on terror. One case is the litigation on Ramstein Air Base. It's a case brought for a Yemeni family against Germany.
It would be very difficult to overstate the role that Ramstein plays in US drone wars. What they're doing, the commands are sent, is to go through undersea cables all the way to Germany to a relay station that is housed at Ramstein military base. That then communicates with a satellite that then sends those communications down to the drone, enabling the missiles to fire. So every time that there is a drone strike in the Middle East or in Afghanistan, the overwhelming chances are that the signals for those strikes have been run through Germany. The United States wanted to actually position the pilots in Germany, and there was a lot of tense negotiations in the immediate aftermath of 9/11, and the German government, I think rightly, said that it would be inconsistent with European human rights standards and also some German laws, because you would have actual combat operations being run from German soil. Now, it's sort of a distinction without a difference, because the reality is that they are using Germany to do this. It's just that the pilots have to sit, just outside of Germany's borders. So, it's sort of like a half-principled stand.
It's important that the German government, but also other European governments, counter US positions on international law, and at the same time, Germany in the bilateral relations with the US must take a stronger position how Ramstein airbase is being used, especially as part of the global drone program. What's being sent to individuals, before we then have a break. We got one judgment by the Administrative Court of Cologne, which rules that our clients from Yemen have standing in Germany, that they are also protected by the German constitution, because Germany is involved in drone strikes by allowing the US to use Ramstein airbase for the program.
But in any way, we are convinced that this is the right path, and this is the right approach to go through the civil ways and civil means to give at least some recognition to Salem, so it can reflect positively on our communities. There is actually some justice that could be achieved through litigation.
Machen die Amerikaner etwas, was außerhalb einer Zielbewaffnungseinheiten wollen denn da in die